Good morning, everyone. Nassau County Executive Laura Curran, and I want to thank Dr. Jermaine Williams, President of Nassau Community College. He's here with us today, and he's going to be hosting in here this initiative that we're going to be talking about. But the college has been a fantastic partner. Our very first county-run Department of Health, run by Dr. Larry Eisenstein, our commissioner, point of distribution, was right here in the other part of the campus, and they've been so easy to work with, and we really appreciate it. Thank you very much. We also have with us, along with Dr. Eisenstein, we have Kyle Rose Lauder, who is Deputy County Executive for Health and Human Services, and she has been running point on pretty much everything we've been doing over the past many, many months, having to do with COVID and food distributions and everything else. And we also have with us Dana Boyland, who runs our Office for Youth Services, and she came up with an innovative idea to encourage young people to get the vaccine that we'll get into in a little bit. Of course, we have Dr. David Fagan, who is Vice Chairman of Pediatrics at Cohen's Children's Medical Center, which is run by Northwell. And Northwell has been another great partner at all of our points of distribution. They're very easy to deal with, very stress-free. When they're helping us, that it's going to go very, very well. We also have with us our youth ambassadors, our student ambassadors. I'm going to introduce the first one, who's not here yet. That's Nicolette. Oh, and she's right on time. From my hometown of Baldwin, Nicolette. She graduated Baldwin High School last year and is now a Georgetown University student. So Nicolette, thank you very much for coming to do this. We also have with us Emil from the East, if you just wave when I say your name, Emil from the East Meadow High School, Sidra from New Hyde Park Memorial. I don't know if your sister Sonia is here. Okay, but her sister Sonia is also a youth ambassador. Alexa from Westbury High School and Grant from Westbury High School. And I'll get into why they're here in just a minute. But just to go over some of the numbers, in just 1 month, COVID-19 hospitalizations in Nassau County have declined by 63%. That is wonderful news. President Biden announced a goal yesterday saying that he wants, by July 4th, 70% of adults to have had at least one dose of the vaccine. Not that we're bragging, but last week, we actually made that goal right here in Nassau County. We're now up to 73% of adults have had at least one dose of the vaccine. So that's a huge, in huge part thanks to our Department of Health and all of our partners, our hospital partners, and everyone else who's partners with us in this initiative. And of course, it's our residents who are willing to roll up their sleeves and get the shot. So it really is a group effort. Up to now, we've really been focusing on vaccinating the most vulnerable, and I'm proud to share that in Nassau County, 83% of residents 65 and older have been vaccinated. That's a very big number, 83%. So focusing on seniors is great, and we're going to keep doing that to make sure we're getting everyone who wants this shot, and more people do want it. But now we have the luxury now of turning our focus on young people because we have supply. We want to make sure that we're getting our kids vaccinated as well. So to soundly defeat this pandemic and return to normal life, we need as many people as possible to roll up their sleeves, and now it's time for the young folks. So that's why we're encouraging high school students to get vaccinated with special high school vaccination days right here in the gym of Nassau Community College. So from May 13th through 16th, Nassau County, in partnership with Northwell Health and the college, is presenting student days, what we're calling student days, with the goal of vaccinating eligible high school students against COVID-19. So it's going to be right here in the gym. You see it's a nice big space. And we're aiming to vaccinate 500 a day across those days. Students can start signing up at 11:15, so right about now, at our website, nassaucountiny.gov/vaccine. So that website should be live. That link should be live by 11:15 this morning. So we'll be using Pfizer, which is what Northwell has been using. If you're getting your shot in the other part of the college, that's Moderna, because that's run by our County Department of Health. So we're going to be using Pfizer, which is eligible for 16 and over. We know that Johnson & Johnson and Moderna are for 18 and over. However, we expect in the coming days, we're going to hear an announcement from the federal government about Pfizer being for 12 and over. So I have one kid who's over 18 and two who are under 18, and I didn't know how excited they would be, but my husband said, you'll be eligible for the vaccine, and they were really ready to get it. Of course, it does require student consent if you're 17 or under, so I want to keep that in mind. So to spread the word, we have asked, and I remember I was sitting in my office with Kyle Rose Louder, and she had this great idea. Why don't we use student ambassador and make this a peer-to-peer thing? If it's us telling kids to get it, it doesn't carry as much weight as students talking to their peers, talking to their friends. So they're going to be trained by our Department of Health to learn all they need to know about the vaccine, what are the questions that they're going to get, what are some of the myths out there, and talk to them also, educate them about the process of getting vaccinated. We want to make sure that they're armed with the knowledge they need so they can be ambassadors for this and can be effective at it. So students who participate, so this is where Dana Boylan comes in. She came up with a great idea. So students who participate as ambassadors are going to get 2 days of community service from the county. We'll write a letter, and that's their community service. If they get vaccinated at this site through this service right here, just getting vaccinated, you get 6 hours of community service. So Dana, who runs our youth services office, she asked young people, what would be an incentive? Is it a gift card to Dunkin' Donuts? What would it be? It was actually community service, which I think says great things for our young people. It wasn't something material, t-shirt or gift card or something like that. And we found that throughout the pandemic, community service has been hard to fulfill because there's so many fewer events, so many fewer kinds of social interactions where they could get that. So. And I would also argue that it is a community service. When you get vaccinated, you're protecting not only yourself, you're protecting your grandparents, your parents, your family, and the vulnerable in our community. And you're allowing our world to get back to normal, allowing businesses to thrive. And I think, I talk to my own kids, uninterrupted life with normal sports, normal school is very appealing to a lot of the young people that I'm speaking to. Proms, graduations are coming back. Getting back to normal is very appealing to so many young people. And, maybe it could help your social life as well. Maybe it'll help you get a date. Who knows? So we don't want any FOMO. We don't want you to miss out on the good things in life. And we want you to get vaccinated. All right. So I just wanted to also let you know, as part of this initiative, we want to get the word out. It's a pretty high goal of 500 a day over those several days. So Dr. Eisenstein and I are going to be doing a virtual town hall, a live town hall to spread the word. He will take questions that some of our youth ambassadors have been hearing from their peers. So we're going to rely on the young people to let us know what are the concerns, what are the questions, and so that we can speak directly to you. And we've been doing a series of town halls, working with different communities, working with hesitant communities, getting health professionals that look like the community to answer the questions, taking a lot of, busting a lot of those myths. And I think the fact that our outreach has been so broad and so strong, I think that's a big part of the reason why we have such a successful vaccine record here in the county. Okay, so that town hall is happening on May 12th. 6 p.m. on Facebook, and you can just go to our page, facebook.com/NC Executive. Okay, now, Nicolette, I'm going to put you on the spot and ask you to say a few words, if you don't mind.
As the county executive just announced, my name is Nicolette Curran. I'm 18 years old. I got my first vaccine shot, and I am also the chair of the Nassau County Youth Council. And we're doing our own push for encouragement, for vaccine encouragement with our hashtag #NoFomo campaign. I was a class of 2020 graduate. I missed out on so much. Kids right now are missing out on so much, and it's hard to deal with COVID-19. And I think we really have to recognize that. COVID is devastating, it is traumatic, and we have to accept that now there is a solution, and we have to trust it. We have to do the correct research. The internet can be full of gossip, but that's why we have to go straight to CDC, all these reputable resources, reputable news sites to get the correct information, to do our research so we can invest in our health and our future, because truthfully, getting a COVID-19 vaccine is about community care, helping everybody else out, but it's also about self-care. I felt so good getting my first vaccine, and I felt just the stress of contracting it, long-term issues, that really almost felt melted away. And I'm so excited to go back on campus next fall. And I really want that for everybody. And we really just have to recognize that this is what we have to do to move forward. I know it's been crazy, but now we have a solution. We have to trust the facts, and we can enjoy and live out our teenage years and our lives and just be happy young adults like we were supposed to be the whole time. So thank you guys so much for this opportunity, and try to check out our vaccine campaign, #NoFOMO, on our Nassau County Youth Council Instagram and other sources. Thank you guys so much.
Well, really great job, Nicolette. Thank you for your passion and thank you for your advocacy. Now I would like to introduce our host, the president of the college, Dr. Jermaine Williams.
Thank you. Thank you, County Executive. Thank you for your leadership. Thank you for your partnership. This is so exciting for us at the college to be able to host this initiative here. We're about to embark on our 61st commencement exercise here at the college, which means that we've been partnering with the county and providing what the county needs for more than 6 decades now. I mean, we're going to have almost 3,000 students graduate in the next few weeks, and this is what we do at Nassau Community College. We're here for the community. We speak to what the community needs. We are the partnership with the community. And with approximately 1 out of every 5 Nassau County high school students who come to Nassau Community College after they graduate high school because of our excellent faculty and staff and our academic programs, we are very accustomed to embracing and engaging high school students. So we are so much looking forward to this opportunity, so thankful for the partnership and the leadership of the county executive. And it's just very, very exciting for all of us, and we're happy to be involved. Thank you, County Executive.
Thank you very much. Thank you. And now we're going to hear from Dr. Fagan, who is a specialist in pediatrics, so you can probably give your medical questions to him as well.
I'd like to thank the County Executive and the Health Commissioner, Dr. Eisenstein, for having me today. It is a pleasure to represent Northwell and to continue to partner with the county on events like this. This is a critical event. We have seen vaccination rates in adults slow down, and this is an opportunity to take the next step. We've heard a lot about herd immunity. People know that term. Well, 23% of the U.S. population are children 18 years of age and under. So we're not going to reach herd immunity. We're not going to come close unless we begin vaccinating our teens and young adults. And we're happy to host with the county this event on May 13th to 16th to immunize children and adolescents age 16 and up. And we look forward to it. If parents have questions, they should reach out to their children's healthcare provider. We know these vaccines are safe. 147 million Americans have received vaccines to date, and that number keeps going up. But we may have turned the corner, but we still have a long way to go. And the opportunity to now vaccinate children and adolescents 16 years in age and up is going to be critical. And as the county executive said, hopefully by the end of this week or early next week, we will have FDA emergency use authorization for the Pfizer vaccine for the age group 12 to 15. The last thing I want to say is, although the coronavirus has not affected children to the same level of devastation that it has affected adults, children have been impacted. Think about the anxiety in children. Think about the depression in children. Think about the disruption in their everyday lives, not being able to go to school, not being able to play sports. Only through vaccination can we achieve a return to normalcy. And thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Fagan, and thank you for talking about the mental health impact that this has had on young people. It's not just not going to school. Some people might even like that. It's just the inability to socialize in a normal way and just to go through the ups and downs and the rough and tumble of teenage life, that helps prepare you for the real world. I just worry about kids missing more and more of that. Dr. Larry Eisenstein, you want to say a few words?
Yes, and I'm sure there'll be questions, but really important and positive timing on this. The timing is fabulous in the following sense. The supply reached the peak where we are now just in time that we can achieve the normal summer that County Executive Curran and I have been talking about for many, many months. And what I mean by that is these days are May 13th to 16th. We moved quickly to make sure we got it in that time because 3 weeks later is the first week of June for the second dose. That means all the students who participate will be fully vaccinated by mid-June. They'll be fully vaccinated at their graduations, they'll be fully vaccinated at some of their proms even, and they will not have to be quarantined over the summer from their summer jobs, from their summer camps, if they're exposed to anybody with COVID. This really is the way to a normal summer for our students, and the timing is vital, and we want parents to buy in and students to buy in. Our ambassadors are incredibly impressive, as you can see. I look forward to a training session I'm going to do personally with each of them later in the week. This is really exciting timing, and I hope everybody takes this opportunity. And Northwell has events all throughout. The health department has events. Our local pharmacies have vaccine. If these days don't work for you, please go to our website and find another one that does. I went on one of the local pharmacy websites. There's vaccine available every single day in this county. And most sites, including the state sites at Jones Beach and Old Westbury, and our pods on the days we have them right across the way here, we're taking walk-ins. But what's special about Student Days is that it's specifically Pfizer for 16 and 17-year-olds. So that's really important. So students, have a normal summer. If you get vaccinated with this event next week, the timing works out for you to be really to enjoy your summer.
Thank you. Good point. Good point. All right. Happy to take any questions for me or anyone else up here.
Thank you so much. Nicolette, you did a great job, but I was wondering if any high school student could come up and just talk and maybe how you're encouraging other high school students to get the vaccine.
Hi, everybody. I wanted to introduce myself one more time. I'm Grant Boylan. I go to Westboro High School and I'm 15. So I think us as young adults, we need to have the vaccine. Just like the doctor said and Mrs. Laura Curran said, the mental health aspect of it. We need to be able to hang out with our friends, not just over the phone. We need to be in person with them. We need to be in school with them. We need to be playing sports with them. I feel like that's very important since we're still growing. I just wanted to say that.
Hi, my name is Alexa Boylan. I also go to Westbury High School. And I think that vaccinations are the first step that we can all take to ensure our health and safety and also others' health and safety. I haven't really been able to hang out with my friends or plan for college and just meet I'm going to Spelman College in the fall, and I haven't really been able to meet any of my roommates, meet any of my fellow classmates, so I think that vaccinations are the first step that we can really take to ensure that also. So.
Hello, my name's Cedric Daniels. I'm from New Hyde Park Memorial 18, and I just turned 17 today. Thank you. So I know a lot of people, including myself, who have grown up looking at this ideal picture of a high school student going to senior prom, enjoying graduation, enjoying time with friends, ever since 7th grade. In fact, even I am looking forward to my graduation. But so many people have had their dreams ripped away because of this virus, and no one could see it coming. You know, it's just a sad matter of the fact. But now, fortunately, we have availability to get the vaccine. And so this means that we won't get the virus. And so we could have a normal senior year again. We could have a normal childhood again. And the fact of the matter is not many people know what's going to happen if you get this virus in the long run. You know, 5, 10, 15 years later, no one knows how this virus is going to affect our bodies. And if there's any way to possibly not contract that virus, I'd rather take it. I'd rather get the vaccine than virus. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Emil Charizmay. I'm a junior and I go to Clark High School in the East Meadow School District. Oh. The reason why I think it's important to get vaccinated is because as teens, we have to play a role in ending this pandemic. And I feel like a lot of teenagers, people our age, don't realize how much influence they have in the world around us through social media and just talking to our friends. So even if you feel like you're just one person getting the vaccine, it can have a really big impact on a lot of others. Yeah. I feel like my friends do want to get vaccinated, and I feel like this effort that we're doing right now is going to help that even farther to get more people to want to get vaccinated. So, yeah.
So now you see why they're the ambassadors. They're fantastic. Thank you so much. Any other questions?
Yeah, you guys mentioned that consent is needed for the younger students. Is that the big hurdle, convincing the parents that they need to allow their kids to get the vaccine?
You know, by and large, I think parents are enthusiastic, but there will always be some who have questions. So we are, the law is we do have to have that consent. So it can be a letter, it can be a phone call, or it can be the parent being present with the student when they're getting the vaccine.
Yes.
That's 17 and under, right?
County Executive, can you just explain the training a little more that you guys are doing with the ambassadors?
Sure. I'll ask Dr. Larry Eisenstein to talk about that since he's doing the training.
Sure. So I'll be meeting with them later this week. I have a PowerPoint already prepared, and we're going to talk about, as ambassadors, so they're ambassadors, what does that mean? What role we hope that they'll play? The idea is spectacular that they're going to be in their school community, and we want them to encourage vaccination. We want them to inspire people to get up and take that step, and we want them to be able to educate, so that if somebody has a preconceived notion or they've heard information from a website or at home, that they can have a rational, respectful discussion. No judgment, we just want to provide the facts. And they're also able to inform. Let's say somebody doesn't sign up for next week, but they want it the following week. We're going to show the ambassadors how they can help people make appointments. I'm going to go over basic important facts, the time frame, concerns. We're going to do frequently asked questions that they may be asked. You know, one of the things I get asked all the time is, if I get the shot, will it make a test positive? No, it's not physically possible that if you get vaccinated, it makes a test positive. But we'll talk about false positives. So I want them to have information, the most pertinent, common information. They're not going to finish that, 45-minute or hour-long training session with a PhD in virology, but certainly they are going to be somebody that anybody in the school can go to. We're going to be giving them vaccine ambassador t-shirts. We're going to hope they'll wear it through the school during the week leading up to vaccination. And it's a place that a student who's unsure or has questions or concerns can go and have a respectful, comfortable, even confidential discussion that they can then make a determination and bring back to their parents information to help the parents understand, or if the parents are on board, to push them to take them to get vaccinated. So they're kind of going to be our voice within locally inside the schools, and we're going to give them all of the background information they need without overdoing it, without making it too much science that we lose the audience. And clearly our ambassadors are very bright. We're not going to lose them at all, but we want them to be able to express the message in a way that every student feels comfortable coming here or to any other site to get vaccinated.
We've tried to make this as user-friendly as possible, and we've sought to make it one-stop shopping, not just for our own distribution sites, but for wherever the vaccine is being given. So the feedback that I've gotten is very positive, but...
So we've really worked to improve the system. So if you go on to make an appointment at a health department pod, literally you click a date and the times pop up, and you click a time and that's your appointment. You just have to fill in your information. We'll be doing this in partnership with Northwell. So when you click on the link, it's going to take you to their sign up page, and that's also very user friendly. I had my daughter vaccinated through Northwell. It was very user friendly certainly, I found that having a 17-year-old and a 14-year-old, they're much more comfortable using the computer than I am. And I think that their site at Northwell and ours, and honestly, even the pharmacy sites, our high school students should have no problem navigating these sites. And it's a little bit, maybe in the beginning, back in early January, it was a little more difficult, but we've really worked to make it as user-friendly as possible. And I don't anticipate any issues using any of our websites.